Well, hey everybody, welcome to the Paws Up podcast. It is episode 25 of the show. We're a quarter of the way into episode 100. Jonathan Mayer, who is joining me. Kevin Burrell is a late scratch, thanks to Marlins Jeopardy of all things. So, nice job, Fish on first. But, no, shout out to Fish on first and Kevin. But we're joined by the star guard of FIU men's basketball, coming off an amazing freshman year, where, among many things, he won the Conference USA Freshman of the Year award. Welcome, Arturo Dean. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You know, the off-season work be the hardest work for real, so I'm doing great, man.
Man, so again, congratulations on an amazing freshman year. And again, thanks for joining us on the show. You've now made Paws Up podcast history as the first active basketball player we have had on the show. Of course, we spoke with Raja Bell not that long ago, who was an awesome guy, and now it's great to have a student player on the show. So should be a fun one. Let's get right into it, Arturo. So
That's dope.
last week we had Coach Randy Horner of the swimming team, and he's been all over the country. Started off in Missouri, went to New Orleans, then came to Miami. But you've had a much simpler path to FIU, being a hometown kid of the 305. So, what are your overall thoughts on the University of FIU, and just how has it been treating you this freshman year?
Hello?
Yeah, Arturo, do you hear us?
Hello?
Yeah, Arturo?
1 second.
Okay. No, school Wi-Fi.
Hold on, it's like static and like it's breaking up a little bit.
Okay.
1 second.
Okay, no problem, Arturo. Look, I get it. The FIU Wi-Fi. FIU Wi-Fi. Do you hear us now, Arturo?
There it is, I think.
Here we go.
Okay, cool. So you just clocked in your first year at FIU, not just as an athlete, but also as a student. So just what are your overall thoughts on the university, and just how has it been treating you?
I mean, I love it here. It's home. And on campus, it's great. My first semester, I wanted to do a couple of classes in person. My coach warned me and advised me to take it like online, so I can manage my time better. But I was telling him I want to go to a couple in-person classes just to get like the whole experience for real. So, but
just to experience that FIU vibe, right?
Yeah. So I be trying to go to as many events as I could. Cause my pop tell me all the time, like, enjoy it. It's short term, like, and just enjoy the college experience, enjoy life, like live in the moment. So, but as far as on campus, man, I love it here, man. The people love me, and it's been a good year. It's been a good year.
So on top of that, you said it's home. Miami is your hometown. So
yeah.
Just how refreshing is it that you've been able to play college ball in a city that I know that you know all too well?
It's lovely. It's like there's no better feeling. Like it really doesn't get any better for real. Like I live only 20 minutes from here, so it's fun and it's exciting to see my family faces and all my loved ones at the game, my friends, all my hometown sandbox, from babies, diapers, friends come to my game and see me grow up and playing on the college level. So it's dope. I love it.
That's really awesome. And I want to know, you talk about being on campus. What's your go-to spot? Hanging out during the day.
I'm not even gonna lie. To be honest, I don't really be going outside for real. Like we really just get back here, play the game, 2K. Yeah. Everybody come to one room and start playing 2K for a couple hours. So go back to the gym. So it ain't really a go-to spot
Well,
to chill
when
at.
you got to eat, where's Arturo going to eat food?
I'm going to Panda.
Ah,
I love some Panda.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
But
So you had a very busy high school career, right? You
Yeah.
spent time at, I believe I'm saying this all right, Calusa Prep
Yeah.
and South Miami High, right? But
Yeah.
I got to say, the place that stood out the most to me is, again, I hope I get this right, Putnam Science Academy.
Putnam.
Putnam. Okay, Putnam Science Academy in Connecticut. So I got to know, when you first arrived there and you had to get used to all that New England has to offer, including, snow and snow and even more snow, what were you feeling? What was going on in your head?
Oh my God, man. That whole experience was like, it was like a blessing in its like in disguise. It was just like no way. It was like no way. I'm like in Connecticut, like Putnam. But far as that whole experience, bro, it came out of really like nowhere. I decided to go prep, and then when I decided what prep I wanted to go to, they wanted me to be there in less than a week. So I had to say my goodbyes to everybody and process it for real, like really trying to process it. And I was not for it. I'm not even gonna lie. When I was like, I don't even want to do it. Hey, is it worth it? Should I bet on myself and go? And so I go to Putnam, and at first it was different. The whole scenery, it was nothing. It's literally nothing to do over there. Like it's in the middle of nowhere. Like so I'm so used to Miami. I'm a Miami guy, so like I'm used to the fast living and a city and a busy. You feel me? So
Yeah. Was that the first time that you ever saw snow in person? Was your time at Putnam?
I mean, I saw snow in person before, but not like that. Like that was the craziest I ever like seen.
And what was that like, being away from home and how much did it create a bond, with your teammates and kind of, leading on them to, in a place where, it's so far from South Florida, but going there and, creating a big bond in that year you were at Putnam Science Academy?
We built the best bonds ever. Like I think like with them, I think Doe was my closest teammates ever because I was actually living with them like during the time. And the hardest part for me was like you basically on your own too. Like at the same time, like there's no mom, dad, come get me, come do this. Like you really on your own. So for us to just gel together like how we did and put it together and you feel me, relied on each other, it was just so dope. I'm saying we was in the hallways talking from 5 p.m. to like 3 a.m. at night, like just talking about every subject possible you could think of. So, but it was a cool experience though. But the hardest part for me is just the family part. I was missing my family. I wasn't so used to the scenery for real. So, but other than that, the rest was history.
And with that in Putnam, that team was great. You guys were undefeated, won the championship. Sure. What was it that like being able to go through a season and just dominating the whole year and using that fuel to come down to South Florida and keep that momentum going, and having a great year with FIU this season?
It really just boosts my winning mentality because I was just so used to winning now. Like I ain't even know what losing was for a whole year. Like under the whistle, I didn't lose for a whole year, so that was crazy. I didn't expect that, but I feel like it was cool though. It was nice.
So during your time at Calusa in 2021, right, your numbers were absolutely off the charts, which earned you the title of Mr. Basketball of Miami from Miami-Dade basketball. So How did you feel when you were given that moniker? And did it give you a massive confidence boost that you were going to do great things at the college level?
Yeah, but at the same time, my pops, I was never into that for real. Like, if I got it, I got it. But like, I know like a couple of my teammates, like the younger guys, like the freshmen and the sophomores, they used to pay attention to all the stats and stuff like that. And they used to always tell me, like, bro, you in a race for Mr. Basketball. Like, bro, I think you're going to get it. Like, best. And I wasn't really paying too much attention. Like, you can ask anybody. I don't even be paying too much attention about that stuff for real. Like, the only thing my mind on is just getting better and just breaking to the next level and just going on from there. As long as I get to the next level, I'm going to be all right. No matter what the stats or Mr. Basketball or any of that thing say so.
And obviously take that talent to PSA. And I want to know, what was that process like getting recruited? Obviously, a lot of schools had your calling, but what made FIU the best decision for you coming back home to South Florida?
It was a crazy process. It was hard. It was discouraging sometimes, like when you think you deserve something that wasn't given to you. And but when you just work and just keep just striving to achieve what you want, and then the process start getting easier and school start looking out, that's when you like start getting like that confidence again and stuff like that. So, but a couple schools hit me, St. Bunny's, Pitt, a couple other schools I can't really, but they was calling. FIU decided to call, and I decided to go on my visit. All the visits went lovely. I'm not even gonna lie. If y'all some athletes, y'all know the visits the best part. Like, you ain't gonna get that treatment nowhere. That's the only time. And I decided to come to FIU was my last visit, and I decided to come here. When I came on the visit, I was like, man, it just feels too much like home. Like, I've been away for a whole year. Let me come. I just want to come back home. Like, everybody was family. Like, everybody, it was just, I just knew it off rip. Like,
so with that said, what percentage of your decision to say yes to FIU was based around the fact that, oh man, I get to play college ball in Miami? Was it like 60, 70%, like based on that, or what would it be around?
I'll say I'm like 70. I have to give it a 70 because now I would have went to a different school for real.
No, I get it, right? Snow, the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Right? I never want to see it, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about your first year at FIU. With the basketball team, the 2022 season. Again, for those who want a quick refresher, they finished with a record of 14-18, made it to the Conference USA tournament, had a pretty solid 11-7 record at home. In the first game of the season against Houston Christian, Arturo, are you still with us?
Yeah. My mom was calling.
Oh, okay, no worries. But in the first game of the season against Houston Christian, you dropped 19 points, 6 boards, and 5 steals, which I think was a really impressive stat line for your first ever game for the Panthers.
Yeah, and a block too. In the block.
Yeah, of course. How did you feel after the game, in the locker room and beyond? After your performance, was it a feeling of excitement for getting your first game under your belt, or was it more confidence that, a stat line like that, 19 points, that's light work, right? That's to be expected from here on out.
Yeah. To be honest, I gotta give y'all a story like before the game too. Like, before leading up to the game, I wasn't nervous because I don't get nervous before games. Like, I never get nervous. But it was just this game, it was just like more of like an ancient feeling, like what I'm about to do, like if I'm about to lay an egg or I'm about to like ball out. Like, so like first college game, so I'm like, I just want to know what I'm about to do. Like, just put me in the game already. And while I'm in the game and I see my pops that what made me come in, like, snap into reality. Like, I was just thinking, like, damn, I'm really in a college game. Like, this can't be real. Like, and when I was hooping, I was like, bro, like, this can't be real. Like, I really was in disbelief. I'm not even gonna lie. And seeing all the fans in a packed out gym, and my adrenaline was so high. So for me to perform like that was super cool, and I was definitely proud of myself after that one. And I'm sorry. And with the block, it was so, like, unexpected, because, like, I was late, like, rotating back in transition, and my coach was like pointing, like, Arturo, like, get back, like, it's a fast break going on. And then that's when I was like, I just snapped into it, just ran, just jumped.
and it worked out great for you.
That really did.
That was an insane highlight. So let's twist the question around a bit, and let's skip ahead of time and talk about a bit about the first 2 months of the season, which were mainly the non-conference opponents, such as that invitational in November, I believe, against Stony Brook and Eastern Washington. 2 great wins. There were a lot of great wins during that time, but there were also some tough losses, right? Yeah. So where did you feel your game was at the end of 2022, heading into the new year, when you knew that almost all the opponents from that moment forward were Conference USA teams?
What was the last one? Eastern Washington? Was that?
So that was in the tournament. That was Stony Brook and Eastern Washington. But the last team you played before the new year was actually North Texas.
Or no, Florida College, I think it was.
Yeah, the Florida College was the last team at home, and on the 31st, it was a loss on the road in North Texas. Then the new year passed, and then your first game after that was against Charlotte.
I think maybe it was North Texas game, because we knew they was. I think they was the number 1 seed or number 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they were top in the.
Yeah. I think they was number 2, like, if I'm not mistaken. And when we seen that we was hooping with them, and even though it was a blowout, but we seen what they was capable of and what we was just lacking and the mistakes we was having. After that, that's when we knew, like, all right, now we gotta lock back in and snap back into it, like, and focus.
I gotta ask Arturo, and with that, you guys get the win against Charlotte. But I want to know more about that UAB game. That was probably the game of the season. That the Deshaun Giddens tip in overtime to win that. What was that like for you in that ball game? And the adrenaline taking down at the time was, or FIU UAB were top teams, but UAB coming off that tournament appearance. But what was the last game for you like? Taking out a big team against the Blazers?
I'm not even gonna lie. I think that was my favorite game. The whole year, all the games, all the big schools, that was my favorite game, I think. And that win was so crazy, because going into that game, I know the kid, Jelly Walker. I heard of him. I seen him on Instagram and stuff. So I know what I'm going to. I know, like, what I'm getting myself into. And my assignment was to guard him. When I say I never been so locked in on defense in my life.
It worked.
It did. I was not trying to make not one mistake on defense. Every single possession. And he's running off screens. I'm getting hit screens, but it definitely worked. That was my favorite game. Game winning steal, game winning bucket, layup. Both Putnam guys, like, that was definitely my favorite game.
Yeah.
And then that following Wednesday, you guys take on FAU, and obviously a tough contest following in overtime. But we see FAU go to the Final Four, and what was that like for you, knowing, that was a great ball game, both sides. You guys were so close to that. What was it like seeing a team like FAU and the way they went, and knowing, you guys played a team like that caliber, had a high rate, and just so close of taking them down?
It was like, bro, we was in overtime with them, like, and they in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, I hope that, like, open our eyes and, like, realize, like, we are capable of doing what they're doing.
And you were working that game. I think you clocked in like what 38 minutes.
Yeah,
for most of the entire game.
We fell short though, but
yeah.
But yeah, seeing them going to the Final Four was crazy, man. I was to be honest, I was like going for them. Like I was hoping to win it all because they was a great team. I'm not even gonna lie, they was a good team, and seeing how they play and seeing them play off each other and playing as a team, and that was crazy. But that did open our lives and let us know like we're capable of doing what they're doing. So,
as just a spectator watching them throughout the entire tournament, to see them get to the Final Four, I can't lie. Like half of me was like, "Oh, this is so cool! A Conference USA team made it this far," but the other half was like, "I don't want to watch this. It's FAU, dog. I can't stand these guys." Was there any bit of you that felt like that at all?
No, surprisingly.
Okay, all right.
No, like I really like wish them well. Like I was really going for them, rooting for them. So,
all right. Well, let's move on a bit to the month of February, where, in my opinion, I think you really, really shined the most. You had 7 straight. I think every game in February, you averaged double-digit points, which is crazy.
I did.
Yeah, yeah. I think every game in 2020 or in February, and I think I have the thing right here. It was like, it was 10, 12, 13, 14. Oh, as he upgrades the lighting in his room, I like that. But yeah. I don't even need to double check. I looked at the stat line. I was like, all right, he every single game in February, it was double digit effort for Arturo Dean. So I gotta ask.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Do you have a feeling that something made that month such an impactful one for you? Was it a change in training or game strategy, or was there something a bit more in play there in that February month?
I mean, I wasn't really putting too much thought about how I played for real. It was just more on some, I have to try to get the job done, like, as best as I can, like, regardless of the situation and what's going on. Like, the job is to win, and if I score more, if it take for me to score more to win, that's what I'm gonna do. If it take for me to still play more defense, get rebounds, whatever, that's what it is. But I ain't even know the double digits. I honestly didn't know that. So
I think in the whole like 2023, I think you only had like 2 games under 10 points. If I looked at it, all the games regular were just double digits.
The new year was definitely kind to Mr. Arturo Dean. Okay, so
I might need to come on this podcast a little bit more, man. Y'all give me some information I don't even know.
Okay, all right. I think I got it. So here are I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There were 7 games in the month of February, and here was Arturo's points during all that: 12, 15, 10, 10, 15, 12, and 11. And you almost came close against Louisiana Tech. You got 9. It was a hell of a month. What can I say? That was damn impressive.
And I want to talk to you, Toro, now about postseason game against La Tech, and obviously a really tough game to drop. But 21 points for you in that ball game, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. From a stat line, really good for you. But it was a tough way to finish the year. But as a player, what do you take away from a game like that? To go down like that, but at the same time, really kind of picking up your head up and kind of using that as motivation into this season.
It was definitely a learning experience. I definitely felt like I learned throughout that whole process and everything that was being played. We was down a couple men. I know we for sure like fought like with all we can, and we just ended up falling short. But it was definitely like a cool experience. I try to enjoy it the experience just as much as learn from it. So, but yeah, it was definitely cool though.
So it was a great season for you. And Conference USA seemed to agree because they gave you the big award, right? The Freshman of the Year award for the conference. The first Panther to do so since Freddie Asprilla back in 2009 when FIU was still part of the Sun Belt Conference. So how did you initially find out you had won the award, and how did you and the team react to the news?
Where's we at? We was at Rice University, and after we won with Rice, after we beat Rice, we go to the locker room. We all hyped because that's probably was the last game of our regular season. So we all hyped. We were trying to figure out what the seeding was going to be and who he was going to play. And then coach just started spilling like all my accolades and stuff, all the awards that I'm receiving. And that's when they told me. And they was all hyped and stuff like that. And it was just like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I was just thinking to myself, like I did it. Like, that's crazy. And I was just so proud of myself for all the work I put in, like, and it shows. So I'm just gonna keep proving people wrong. Just keep proving people wrong and just work towards my goal to get to the next level.
Can you talk about you? Deshaun Giddens also was all freshman team. So what is that like to see him, have a great year as well from PSA to FIU, and both of you guys really shining in year one with the blue and gold?
I'm like proud of him too. Like, it's like man, Day, like I call him Day. Y'all know him as Deshaun, but man, him, like, we like brothers. We locked in. Like, we've been playing with each other for 2 years now, and we've been building a relationship since Putnam. And for him to just make the all freshman team with me, man, that's a cool feeling, and it's real cool.
It's a nice duo for sure for years to come. And I want to ask you,
and I think I'm not even gonna say too much, but it's gonna be crazy this year. I'm telling you.
Okay,
I like it. And now I want to know about the cookies, the steals. That was your game this year. 76 steals, top 6 in the nation, or 7th in the nation, by the way, in that number. And then the 76 is the most in FIU history for a freshman. Passing Carlos Arroyo. What was that like for you to have that? You were flying all over the court this year and getting steals and forcing turnovers. But what was that honor for you to be able to have that number and etch some FIU history?
I mean, it was a great feeling. I love playing. I love playing defense. Like, a lot of people don't know. Like, when me and my pops used to train, he used to make us do like an hour of like defensive slide before we even like touch a basketball. So and I knew that was going to keep me on the court, and that would get me on the court. To be honest. So but yeah, receiving the award, it was like. It was, I mean, being on our first team, it was cool though. It was like, it was nice.
Now, of course, speaking about Carlos Arroyo, we've had another basketball legend on the show 5 episodes ago, the great Rajah Bell. So I got to know, during this past season, have you had the pleasure of meeting either Bell or Arroyo in one way or the other?
Yeah, I went to an open run at Riviera High School, prep. And I see a nice car pull up. So I'm like, who's here? Like, I'm thinking, like, I don't know. And I go in the gym, it's Roy pulling in the gym, and he got his little book bag and stuff like that. And we start warming up on different sides of a basket. And they was telling me about him, and I ran up to him, and I was like, man, it's a pleasure to meet you. And he was like, I know who you are. And he was like, man, keep doing great things. Like, you just don't know you special, and you the one, and I'll be looking out for you and stuff like that. I'm definitely tuned in with you. So, and he was just giving me words of encouragement, giving me some advice, and and just being proud of me. So it was nice. It was definitely nice encountering him. He's a great dude.
Hey Carlos, if you're watching, up on the show, all right? We have a spot for you, Carlos. Okay. Just got an update from Kevin. What up, guys? Just wrapped up Jeopardy. Took my usual L. That's not surprising. But on to the next one. All right. Good job, Kevin. We will see you next week for sure. Johnny, Arturo, I think it's time for a quick break, if you ask me. How about a Paws Up podcast news break? The Paws Up podcast news break is, of course, a quick look at some of the latest storylines at FIU athletics and just FIU in general. So let's get it. Let's start with some football, but not FIU football. Talking about the USFL, more specifically the Birmingham Stallions, led by former FIU quarterback Alex Magoo, who has been named to the all-USFL first-team offense for his record-setting season, including a league-leading 20 passing touchdowns. After cruising by the New Orleans Breakers, Alex and the Stallions wrap up the regular season with an 8-2 record and will face the Pittsburgh Maulers on Saturday, July 1st at 8 p.m. for the USFL Championship. Now, moving on to golf, Carissa Kilby, a sophomore golfer at FIU and a resident of the great Honolulu, Hawaii, recently won the 114th Manoa Cup Women's Championship at her hometown. This was her first appearance at the tournament since 2019 when she was a runner-up, but this time Kilby managed to best multiple golfers in a trio of match play wins, ultimately capping off the tournament, coming out on top 2-up for the win. It's another achievement for Kilby, which includes 4 top 10 finishes in the NCAA regionals, along with an all-conference USA first-team selection. And finally, FIU's architecture program, which is, of course, part of CARTA, Communication, Architecture, and the Arts, was ranked by the 2023 QS World University Rankings as the 17th best architecture program in the nation among public schools, which is the program's third year being in the top 20 in this regard. The FIU architecture program just celebrated its 25th anniversary and has produced some amazing events during its time, including the Festival of the Trees, as well as the annual Walk on Water event. So congratulations to Magoo, congrats to Kilby, and of course, congrats to the architecture department. And that was your Paws Up podcast news break. So let's get into the next section, Johnny.
Yeah, let's talk this year. Obviously, off-season workouts for you guys, but what's the expectations, man? Year 2 for you with the Panthers. What's it looking like?
Man, expectations is high for me still. Like, I still think we're gonna do some big things this year, and I really believe that. Like, we've been working real hard. I can see it in everyone's face. I mean, I know it's early, but I can see that it's a different energy in the building. So, I think we're gonna do some big things this year. So.
So after a year of leadership from head coach Jeremy Ballard, we know that he's been extended and will be the head coach of FIU for years to come. So just what do you think about the leadership of Coach Ballard and, you know, what he's done for that FIU team during the time that you've been there?
He taught us so much in a positive way. He's so like encouraging and on and off the court, like, and I think Coach JB is one of the few coaches that always just constantly encourage and try to boost my confidence day in and day out, on the court, off the court, and been a mentor to everyone. So that I'm proud. I'm happy for him that he got an extension with FIU basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, Coach, dude, he's an awesome guy. Awesome guy to talk to.
Absolutely.
Super nice. But I want to ask you about the schedule. We found out last week you guys are going to the Cayman Islands for a tournament. So how much fun is that to hear that you guys are going away? Obviously, you can relax a little bit, but you're doing business, playing basketball. So what is that like going out to the Caymans for a couple of days?
Now that's like a one in a lifetime like experience sometime. So not a lot of not a lot of people get this opportunity to do something like this. So, but I'm definitely excited though, just to see and then experience the whole thing. I never went out of the country or or island to play basketball. So I'm definitely excited to go and see what's to come. So
no, just looking at the photos online, the Cayman Islands look beautiful.
oh,
It looks like an amazing place.
now y'all about to have me do some research when I get off the podcast.
No, there's got to be like a beach day that y'all just hang out on the water. I can already tell you it's going to be lights out.
Lights out! Lights out!
Like that, Johnny? Come on.
You got to put it in. You had it. It's like automatic.
By the way, the first game in the Cayman Islands Classic, I don't have the date on me right now, but it's the fourth game of the tournament, and it's against the University of Akron, the Zips. We'll see official days and times later. But okay, now talking about the regular season, while we don't know the opponents FIU will face just yet, is there any non-conference team you really want to go up against this season?
Ooh. We got UCF though, I saw.
That we have in mind, or like in general, like
let's go with both. Like a team that you're probably gonna play and you're excited for, and a team that you just want to play on, right?
Maybe UF.
Okay.
UF, and in general, there's so many good schools out there. I mean, it really doesn't even matter, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So let's follow that up a bit. As I'm sure you know, the state of Conference USA is kind of in limbo right now with how many teams are leaving and as well as the 4 teams that are coming in, Liberty, Sam Houston State, New Mexico State, and Jacksonville State, with Kennesaw coming up a year later. So just how do you feel about the state of Conference USA and how wide open is it for a team like FIU to go in there and grab the title?
I felt like damn, like FIU leaves. I wanted to run it back with them. Couple more games, North Texas. And those were some good programs and good schools when it comes down to basketball. So but now it's a new chapter. So the new teams. I heard of Liberty, I heard of Kennesaw State and New Mexico State. I ain't really hear too much about the other schools, but
okay.
But it's exciting. I'm ready to see what's to come for real.
So before we get to the fun rapid fire questions, I did have one more thing I wanted to ask. And I've asked this to Grayson of FIU football. So I'd like to ask this about you as well. It's the state of the transfer portal. Now, FIU, of course, some players headed out. You brought some players in as well through the transfer portal. So I just want to know your thoughts on what the transfer portal has done to FIU and whether you're giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I mean, I think it's a good. It's pros and cons when it comes down to that. The pro is you get to just go wherever you feel, whenever, without sitting out. If a coach don't stand on his promises he made or whatever y'all had going on, you could just leave. But the cons is like you could just leave. Like you can't even like be strong mentally, physically, and just stay. One second.
Okay.
Don't call me. And build like a team without just new incomers and people leaving. So it's like wishy-washy, to be honest, but everybody have their different opinions on it.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy thing to have an opinion one way or the other about, because it's so massive, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Either. By the way, Johnny, LSU kicking the crap out of Florida, up 9-2. That is insane. All All right, Arturo. Again, thank you so much for being on the show, spending some time with us, talking about some hoops, and we got some interesting questions to wrap it up. So I gotta know, because this person now might be on my list for who to bring on the show next. But who is the funniest person on this FIU team?
Oh, Jay Brew. I'm not even gonna lie though.
Yeah.
Tizzle. I don't know what y'all know him by. Dante.
Dante Wilcox.
Y'all do not let the muscles and the big, angry, serious face fool y'all.
He's a chill guy though. When you see him,
that dude is a comedian. Like, he really is a comedian. Like, that dude. But him and Jay Brew, I give it to Jay Brew. Definitely the funniest guy. Super goofy.
It's up for debate though.
Yeah, but I give it to Jay Brew.
Next one, man. Who's getting the aux? Workouts, bus rides. Who's playing the music?
Deshaun, he's definitely playing music. Who else I give the aux to? Jay Brew.
Okay.
And
a lot of love for Jay Brew. I love it.
Jay Brewer.
Yeah, Jay Brew and JG.
Jaden Grant. There we go.
Jaden Grant.
Okay. Yeah. All right. What about you? What is your playlist looking like, Arturo?
Right now it's a lot of Gunna,
okay.
Young Boy. I'm super heavy on Lil Uzi.
Oh,
can y'all see?
Hey. Okay, there.
Everyone want to call at the wrong time.
Blowing up.
I get it. Yeah.
Right now, I'm super heavy on Uzi right now. So,
that's cool. That's cool. So, what are your thoughts on your place of work, the Ocean Bank Convocation Center? I know you know it well. Just what are your thoughts on the arena?
That's like my second home. Like, I love that arena. Like, I just love the whole atmosphere. Like, the blue it's like when I go and work out at nighttime, it just be like I'm at home. Like, I love that arena for real.
Gotta say, I do love it when the opposing teams taking the free throws and they bring out that optical illusion board to try to throw them off. Yeah. That's always funny. And if I'm not mistaken, the part of the arena is getting renovated, right? Like, they're adding, what is it? Hydrotherapeutic.
I think they're supposed to be adding like the new weight room and stuff like that.
Yes.
Dealing with the courts and stuff. So
it's only going to get better.
Yeah. So hopefully, it's still good to me. It's good to me. I'm loving it.
All the renovations are only helping you, the athletes. But next one, man. We ask every guest, but I want to know. There's so many athletes at FIU that are doing things. Who is on your Mount Rushmore of FIU athletes?
What you mean?
Like your top 4 FIU athletes, like of all time, like your favorite
of all time. Yeah. This is basically a history exam for you, Arturo. We've had some great athletes here.
To be honest, I don't even know. I only know like 2 FIU athletes. Oh, of like.
It can be football, baseball, basketball.
From
the history of history to now.
I'm gonna go with my guys. I'm gonna go with Hard Time. I don't know if y'all know Hard Time.
Maurice Alexander.
Wow.
Maurice Alexander.
That is
He's with the Lions right now.
Yeah. Russ. He played basketball. Who else?
TY?
What happened?
TY? Is it TY? How about TY? Mr. Hilton.
Oh, TY Hilton. I forgot he came here. That's crazy. I don't really know too many.
Would it help you if we gave our Mount Rushmores and to give you an idea?
Please. I'm trying to think. I know I got more I got more friends. I'm trying to think of their first name. I'm so used to calling them by their nickname.
Okay. So mine is T.Y. Hilton at the 1. You got Mike Lowell at the 2, 2-time World Series champion, Florida Marlins, Boston Red Sox. I put Carlos Arroyo at number 3. And then at number 4, I put Maha Gouda, 2-time Olympian for the swimming for swimming. That's mine. Well, Johnny, has yours changed since last time?
What is it? I got Ty. I got Raja.
Okay.
I got Carlos Arroyo, and I'll go Sidney Russo, legendary women's basketball head coach.
Damn, that's a hell of a pick, Johnny.
I forgot about Carlos Arroyo, but so I'm gonna go Maurice Alexander.
That's a great pick.
That's my guy. Then I give it to Carlos Arroyo because the basketball, me beating his record. I go T.Y. Hilton because he did big things, and I go my man's Russ.
That is all right. That's a solid list. So, one thing I will say about FIU basketball, they have some of the cleanest jerseys on offer here at FIU. They rival baseball, in my opinion. So I got to know, what is your favorite FIU jersey that you've worn? Is it the all black? Is it the baby blue? Oof, they got some heat.
Oh, it's either it's either the baby blue,
okay,
or the black ones.
Mm.
Though I don't know. I really don't know.
Right.
But I just give it to the baby blue.
Right. Though I will say, I mean, I would think the all black uniforms are pretty special because I think your first ever photo shoot with FIU, you were rocking the all black. The all black.
The all black actually nice. Like those.
Yeah, it reminds me of the all black that the Heat used to wear with LeBron and Wade. They'd have the all black, right?
Yeah.
You remember those, Johnny?
Yeah.
Do you root for the Heat, Arturo? You got it. You're a Miami.
Yeah. I don't root for the Heat, to be honest.
Dang.
Not now though. I used to root for him when LeBron was here and stuff like that. But when he left, it was over. I was like, I'm done with the Heat.
Wait, so who are you rooting for now then?
Golden State. Well, I'm a Curry fan for real.
Okay, well,
so Golden State.
Okay.
you wanted Boston to win recently when they
when they were going against the Heat.
Dang.
Anybody going against the Heat, I was just going for the opposite team.
Dang.
And I know my best friend Isaiah, look, my best friend Isaiah, he's a diehard Heat fan. He loved the Heat, like the way he's there. And I go with the opposite team just to make him mad, just to bother him. That's it. Like I really don't care.
What about like football and baseball? You're a Miami guy. It's Dolphins and Marlins.
Nah. I go for I like Ravens, Baltimore.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm weird like that. Like that's
okay.
Like you're a Miami guy, but you don't pick any of the Miami teams.
Nah, I like the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Before I was a New York Giant fan though.
Giants.
But now I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. Okay. I've been a Baltimore Ravens fan since Lamar got there though.
Okay, I mean Lamar is a super cool athlete, like no doubt about it. I'm still mad he didn't play as quarterback for the University of Miami back in the day. I thought that was going to happen and it didn't. But something that I've wanted to ask a basketball player about so much after the Heat Knicks series, when I think people were complaining that the Knicks were losing because of the weather in Miami. As ridiculous as it sounds, you play in Miami. Have you ever heard someone say something like that during your time at FIU that it's tough to play here because of the weather?
No.
It sounds crazy, right? It sounds so ridiculous that someone would say that.
I mean, no, I don't know. Nah, no, nobody never took.
Right.
To be honest, to put in other people to get when we went to play UTEP, it was kind of the air there was difficult. So I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't know. I understand.
Okay.
So
well, doesn't that pretty much not mean anything when you
Nah, that don't mean nothing though.
get
You
into the
lose,
arena and it's air
Oh, you
conditioned?
mean like the altitude a little
It
bit.
doesn't play like a crazy factor. Like, oh,
Right.
like, it really.
Okay.
No, you lost. Like,
So to see people complain about professional athletes about the weather, that blew my mind. That blew my mind.
Yeah, they just lost. That's just been a sore.
Right. Okay. Johnny, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, I want to know. We talk a little NBA. Who are some players maybe you kind of inspire your game as to be, or just any of your favorite players in the NBA currently?
We already know one is LeBron, right? And the other is Curry.
Man, I wish. Man, give me some more hype, man. But Kemba Walker, Pat Bev, Kyrie.
He was a baller, no doubt about it. Charlotte, oof, my God.
Yeah. Now, like Kyrie, small guards, I really be trying to look into to get to the next level, see what I need to work on. So.
Yeah. So, Arturo, you've been an awesome guest. We can't thank you enough for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
I'll the last thing I'll do here, I'll give the floor to you. If there's anything that you want to say to the fans, to just the alumni, to the students, to anything about what to expect next year, just say it now, or forever hold your peace.
Man, everybody at FIU so far, to the fans, to the administrations, to the alumni, everyone been so good to me, good to the program. We appreciate and understand what y'all doing behind closed doors and fighting for us. So, and as far as the fans, man, we love y'all support. That really helps. We really need it. Without y'all, man, it won't be the same. The love for it won't be the same. So we really appreciate y'all. I hope y'all come out more this season, because it would be crazy this season. I'm telling you right now, on the podcast, Paws up. Next season would be crazy. It's going to be a movie.
Oh, it's going to be a movie. We got to get some front row seats then, Johnny. Arturo, thank you so much. And to my wonderful co-host, Jonathan Mayer, again, thank you so much. And to all the fans who've been watching on our Twitter, on the Lemon City Live Facebook or YouTube, thank you so much. We're 25 episodes in. It's absolutely crazy. This is a small project that began last year. It's blossomed into a serious media outlet for FIU athletics, and we're honored to have guests like you, Arturo, on the show. And next week we'll try to cook some more and get another cool guest on the show. I speak for Johnny and Arturo when I say, Paws up.
Paws up.